Hello, it's GotAUkulele review day, bit delayed today because I've had a hectic weekend, but this is the summary video review for the full review linked below. Do consider subscribing to the channel, you'll get notified of what new stuff comes out, and do consider the Patreon. I know I go on about that, but this site is not sponsored commercially by any brands or any shops, so I have to fund this myself, and it doesn't make a profit. So the Patreon really does help keep the site going and bringing new instruments to you. This is a new one for GotAUkulele. It's not a new brand to me, but it's new in the ukulele stakes. It's a brand I know from the guitar world, and the brand is called Takamine, Japanese origin, maker of Far Eastern instruments. And they are a very reliable brand. You'll see people like Bruce Springsteen on stage with Takamine acoustic guitars because they're really good workhorses. I used to own one, and I really liked it. But I must admit, when I see guitar brands dabbling in the ukulele world, my heart sinks a bit, because with one or two exceptions, like Gretsch, they don't tend to do it very well, because they apply guitar building techniques to ukulele building. This is the Takamine EGU-C1 Electro concert ukulele. If you take away that E, you can also get it as the GU-C1 without a pickup in it. And you know, it's all right. It's very plain. I like plain. It's made of all laminate mahogany. And in one of my first complaints on the Takamine website, they don't mention that it's laminate, but I can assure you it is laminate. And it's pretty thick laminate as well, as you'll see from the sound hole top, which is my first worry. It's very, very plain laminate mahogany as well. If you're going to go with laminate, you can put any outer veneer on you like. You can go with some really interesting mahogany. This is really dull. I suppose it's no more dull than the Martin S1. And mahogany isn't the most dramatic looking wood, but there we are. It's pretty plain, but it is really nicely done. It's finished in a satin. Really good quality construction from the look of it. Really solidly put together. No edge binding or anything like that. The only decoration being that sound hole ring. You know, you can tell it's made by a company that make good instruments. It's certainly not been thrown together. The bridge is a tie bar style with an interesting sort of shape, fitted with what looks like a bone compensated saddle. The product descriptions vary. The Takamine website says that this is made of laurel wood, which is a new one on me. But the older product descriptions say rosewood, so I think they're in a transition for the for CITES. That's very tidily done as well. And yes, I said it's got a pickup in this one. And there you go, there's the controls, there's the jack socket. You're probably thinking I'm now going to trash this because I don't like active systems. It's not active, it's completely passive. So I really like that, but I'm torn because why put that on there? Because you've got unnecessary wiring in there now. Just run the jack to the saddle, to the strip. You don't really need this. You can do all of this with a preamp or on the amplifier. So I don't like things gouged in the side, but it doesn't have the heavy battery pack. It doesn't have all the extra circuitry involved with that kind of stuff and the power. It is a passive pickup, so I'm kind of 50-50 on this one. And I suppose that control panel is small enough and pretty flush to the side rather than having the big knobs and the tuner on it and stuff that you don't need. Inside, apart from that thick top, as I say, really tidily notched linings, thin bracing, and despite that thick top, this is really resonant. It's like a drum. And the reason is, I've been saying that's a thick top, and I hook my finger inside. It isn't a thick top. What it is a strengthening ring around the sound hole. The top is really thin, but it's just thick on the edge of the sound hole so it doesn't split. Cool, all right, fair enough. And I'll put a mirror in there to check that. It's not, it's just a ring there. Interesting. The neck is really nicely carved down here. I love the shape. It looks like single piece, maybe a joint up at the, yeah, there's a joint at the headstock, but there's no joint at the heel. That's good to see. It's a nice flat profile too, which you don't often see. It is a pretty generic 36mm 27 from G2A, but it's nice and flat on the back rather than that big rounded baseball bat profile that Chinese instruments tend to have, which is where this is made. You quite like that actually. Fingerboard, laurel stroke rosewood with some end shaping down to the sound hole edge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 to the body, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 in total. Dressed really well. They are edge bound in dark wood too, so you don't see the edges of the frets. Outward facing dots at 5, 7, 10, double at the 12th, one at the 15th. They're repeated on the side. Very good. Bone nut, interesting shaped headstock, very different, taper. I really like the look of that headstock. Don't really like the logo, which looks really tacky and a bit of an afterthought. You know, they could have done that in pearl or just filled in the lettering. I think would look better. Generic unbranded open gears with small buttons. Not much more to say about those really. It comes with D'Addario strings, not D'Addario Nalguts, look like fluorocarbon, and a padded gig bag. And the price, well, the list is about $250. Okay, it's got a pickup, but it is a laminate plain mahogany instrument. $250 seems a bit high to me. You're certainly paying something for the name. However, I am seeing these discounted down to sort of just under $200, which is a much better deal really if you shop around. So again, two minds about the pickup, two minds about the price. But it is really well put together. I love this neck, and it isn't a thick top, as I keep saying. It's light because there's no extra battery pack in there. This is minimal. It's really nicely balanced, superbly comfortable neck, and as I say, dead resonant. And because of that resonance, great volume. I really like the volume. This really surprised me. This is a guitar maker who's made a ukulele and not made a dead one like Fender do. A little bit out of tune, but the intonation's really good, the setup's really good. Did you hear a bit of a buzz there? There is. The wiring connecting to that socket control panel is a bit loose on the back, dead easily fixable with a bit of tape to just stick it down. But this is one of the reasons why I don't like this wiring, because things like that happen. You don't need that wire to there to then to the jack. Just take the wire to the jack tidily. That's all you need. So there is a bit of buzz, but it's a nice voice, really nice picked. If I wasn't so tired. Yeah, pleasantly surprised. The Takamine EGU-C1 Electro concert. Yeah, it's plain. Yeah, I don't need that side control on there. Yeah, the price is a bit iffy, but it's very well put together. It sounds very good. The neck's really comfortable. It's going to be dead reliable because it's made by Takamine. Just shop around on that price because I think this is a good choice, particularly for a stage instrument. If you're going to go out gigging and you want to plug in. That's what Takamine are good for. As I say, workhorses. They work really well in studios and on stages. I think this would work really well as well if you don't mind plain looks. Yeah, another one that goes in the box of guitar makers that do know how to get it right. Most don't. Takamine get a tick in the box. They do. This is clearly a well-made ukulele. Things like that flat back of the neck are really sort of nice touches. Pleasantly surprised with this one. Right, I'm now going to take a break from this website because I'm going to spend, it's the summer holidays, my daughter is off school and I've promised some trips. So I'm going to be back at the end of August. Some really interesting stuff coming. Enjoy your summer. I'm going to, and I will see you very soon. Bye-bye.